Charlotte Orthopedic Hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina. And here we have an elevator that I have not spotted before. Doesn't say it's staff only, so let's ride it. But it's another old Dover. It's from the 80s, I do believe. I think this is a staff elevator, I don't know. It didn't say there. Alright, look at there. Staff elevator, it did not say that up front. Well, let's go back to 3. These are traction too. We only have 3 stops in here, and these are traction. You don't find Dover elevators that only have 3 stops that are traction. I love the cabs on these. LEDs. And they left the original fixtures in. So, since we already started shooting video, let's take a look at these. Now, last time I was here, we had a problem with this, with the traditional button jamming. Traditional buttons are not known for holding up very well. So these are exactly the same. Now, normally I don't advise filming staff elevators, but that one did not say staff elevator up on the 3rd floor. Traditional. We'll step out. What that noise is. Oh, that's just HVAC. Turn my light on and we'll get a better look at this. I brought this with me today. I've done videos of these before. Here we are. You can see the top of the elevator. And look at this. I see a drive sheet up there. And it goes up into the machine room. There's your car top operating station. That's pretty cool. There you go. There's lookout. Take this in 3. Take it and send this one down and get the other one and take it back. These are very nice. I do like the cab updates on these though. Standard inline phone. Oh, that's right, we'll send it down. And we'll get this one over here back. Again, look at this call station. Button's got cracks in it. Very, very common for classic Dover traditional buttons, even the newer ThyssenKrupp ones. All right, let's get a peek into the shaft. Button's already out. Alright, since somebody's down here, we'll get a look up the shaft. This light here does wonders. You can get around the floor, the door operator. Very cool. Very nice older Dover install. Okay, everybody, before we end this video, let's go and talk about this elevator and setup just a little bit. I featured these elevators 2 other times on my channel, but those videos have probably less than 50 views, which is kind of odd because this is a very rare elevator setup. And let me explain why. Again, this is traction, not hydraulic. Normally, you do not find traction elevators in only a 3-stop configuration like this. Just for example, in the older portion of this building, the building has 4 floors, and those Dover elevators are hydraulic. But yet these are traction. Now, you're probably wondering why in the world would they install traction elevators in a 3-stop configuration like this? Well, the answer is pretty simple if you think about it. You look at this floor indicator here, you see there's a bunch of blank spots there. They designed this as if, they were going to vertically expand the building within, recent years after completing the building, but, sometimes things do change, and, plans that were originally, planned don't actually work out. You can see, we have 4 blank spots here. So it looks like they may have been planning on going up to 7 floors in this building. Now, if we look inside the car, you may notice that we have a digital floor counter there. Dover traditional floor counter. This is the early 80s version. And just FYI, they also had a scrolling incandescent version of this. It's a fake digital counter. It's actually incandescent, scrolling incandescent, sort of like Dover impulse fixtures. You had the genuine digital counters for high-rise elevators, and you had the scrolling incandescent that just shined through a little template that looked like a digital number. Very common on low-rise hydraulic elevators and some traction elevators with Dover impulse fixtures. And you'll also notice, of course, if it wasn't obvious, the digital counter is there so that way, when they vertically expand the building, they wouldn't have to manually go in here and add additional numbers, but 7 floors will not fit on this anyway, so obviously it would have to be, a digital counter. Now, look here at the COP. Look at this panel here. You can see you have your door open button there, but you have your actual floor selections here. You have 1, 2, and 3, but you can see we had this panel, this piece of metal that's actually covering up the panel. Here, all the way up through here. Now, if this was a permanent setup, they probably would have just had these, in a vertical line, 1, 2, 3. But you can see how they had them crammed down here, and this big blank spot right here. Chances are very likely that either A, they already had the holes drilled in the panel for the future buttons to be added, or B, the buttons were actually already there, just covered up. They may have had blank buttons there, or they may have actually had legitimate buttons there that read 4 through 7. So yeah, basically, they had this elevator install was designed in mind for future expansion for up to 7 floors. Every elevator in this 80s wing is like that, I think. The floor counters on the outside, wait for it, they all had those 4 blank spots there. Every single elevator in there, except for the hydraulic elevators, had this. So yeah, guys, just for example, I know of 2 other buildings in this area that were designed for future expansion. And both of those buildings are at Central Piedmont Community College on the Central Campus. One of them is the Terrell Building. That building was built in 1968 with only 3 floors, and then they added the additional 2 floors on top in 1971. The other building is the Sloan Morgan building, which is sort of like, in this case, they started the building but they never vertically expanded it. The Dover hydraulic elevator in that building, if you was to shine your light into the floor count, you would see 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you look at the COP, the 1 and 2 buttons are actually shifted to the far left. And they just never did expand the building. They never did add additional floors. But it's pretty cool when you find things like this. I mean, I think. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and this rather unique Dover installation.